Unicorns and glitter and taxidermy critters are just some of the things they like. They also enjoy 80s hair bands, Grizzly Adams and John Goodman, so if you think that's weird then you can take a hike. But the things they enjoy the most are making art and cracking jokes, so without further ado, here are your hosts. You've got your two artsy gals, here are your two artsy gals.
Hey listeners, sorry it's a little late this week because I lost this episode on my computer and I thought it was gone forever, but I finally found it in the folder that I put it in that it didn't belong in. So, whew, we almost didn't have this episode. We're talking about string art this week, and we ramble and jibber jabber about a lot of stuff at the head of the show, and we have Lonnie's daughter Colin with us for this episode. So we hope you enjoy it. If you love this show, we would love to see your support, helping us keep the show going. You can do that in a few ways. You can donate money to the show through PayPal, which is very easy to do from our website, twoartsygals.com. There is a donate button. It's set up so that you can donate a one-time donation, or you could do a monthly donation if you would like. Along those lines, we're also considering starting a Patreon again because I think I mentioned last week that Podomatic is now partnering with Patreon for their customers. We're still working on that. We will keep you appraised of any changes in the situation. You can also gift us cool shit from our Amazon wish list. If you go to that wish list through our website, you can push the button. It'll take you directly to it and peruse through there and see if there is anything that you think would be interesting to hear about, and you can send it to us. That easy. Boom. You can also support the show by just telling people about us. We love more listeners, and you can share us all over your social media accounts and by word of mouth, and that always helps us. Speaking of social media, we are on all the social medias. Well, most of them. We are on Facebook, which is where we are most active. We're also on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and as you know, we have a Pinterest account, and we are Two Artsy Gals in all of those places. So follow us there. You can also subscribe to the show through iTunes and Stitcher and Google Play, and you can use the Podomatic app, which is really cool and allows you to listen to or specifically search through Podomatic podcasts and all the great podcasters that are there. And if you do follow us on any of those places, it is always very helpful for you to leave us reviews. Even if you say we suck, people still, it still bumps us up because we got a review. But we hope you don't say we suck because it would hurt our feelings. Say that we're awesome. But yeah, leave us reviews there. If you have any questions or comments about this show, which you probably do because I mispronounced a bunch of fucking names on this episode. So actually, if you have comments about that, please just keep them to yourself because I know I mispronounced them. But if you have other questions or comments, you have ideas about shows that you would like to have us do, for topics, or if you wanted to share a project that you've done and send us pictures or anything, we love that. You can email that stuff to twoartsygals@gmail.com, or you can call us and leave a voicemail on our voicemail line at 503-395-7190. And we will play your call on the air. We forgot to play the one that we had this week, but we are going to play it next week. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening, and we hope you enjoyed this show. Hey everybody, this is Katie.
And this is Lonnie.
And you're listening to Two Artsy Gals! Yay! Except for that we have 3 today. Colin is with us.
Hi.
This is Lonnie's kid.
Yay!
I'm excited to be here.
It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
She's going to be here next week too, but not really next week because we're recording 2 today. What did you do last weekend? I haven't seen you. I hate it when we go
last weekend.
I was just watching some shows on my computer.
Yeah.
As teenagers do.
Oh my God, my memory is gone. I don't know.
Mine too. I was just
What
talking about
happened?
this. I think it's a perimenopause thing for me.
Oh, we went down to Scott's family. We saw Scott's dad for his birthday.
I was sick.
And Colin was sick. And I
Did
got
you
to
go?
deliver the little bat costume I made.
Oh,
for
that's
Yeah, and it was
right.
cute. I think he liked it. That was fun.
How old is he?
4.
Oh,
Yeah.
super cute. I miss making Halloween costumes
I
for my
know,
baby.
I was just like, anytime you can just tell me what you need and I'll make it because it's so fun. Yeah, I love making shit. I know
making Lonnie
shit.
has been like the sewing. Now she's putting me to shame. Because we'll talk about
It's
this
just
more
because I have
next
an
week.
obsessive problem. I'm just upset. I get obsessed and that's all I can think about and that's all I want to do. It's like, housework, whatever.
Right? Me too.
Yeah.
I do that too. My house
I
is
have threads all over me.
kind of clean right now. Oh, dude. As a matter of fact, when I got the fill work done on my tattoo sleeve and there's all the string and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Kurt goes, "Are you trying to make that look like our floor when you're sewing?"
You're like, yeah, whatever. I know. Every time I go out of the house, I'm like, oh, look, another thread stuck to my pants. Yeah.
My dog looks like a fucking thread bomb went off near him. I'm
Cute.
sorry, I'm not throwing that tennis ball for you right now. You need to go lay down.
Aw.
There's a kid in the room, so
It's playtime.
it's playtime. He's like, "Sweet, you Russ, I'm gonna play with me." What? What's she doing up here with you sitting down? We're eating cookies, so I'm sorry if you have to hear me eating a pumpkin cookie, but it's awesome. Get out!
They're so good.
Yeah.
I did not make them. I bought them. All right, I'm throwing it
Sprinkles.
one time.
That was a weak throw.
It
Katie.
was a weak sauce throw. I'm sorry.
He's not going to be satisfied.
No,
gonna
he's
come back
absolutely
for more.
No, you know what he's gonna do? Yep,
He's gonna bury it.
He's gonna bury it in the bathroom rug or in the rug in the hallway, and he's gonna dig. It's annoying as fuck. Oh well, as long as he's not bothering me. I went to my mom and grandma's for the weekend.
Oh, yeah, during the storm.
Oh,
I got worried.
that was the worst. Fucking, I was
know.
so disappointed.
They hyped it so
Same.
much. Yeah, we were like, I was
Excited
like,
for thunder.
They're like
Waves.
record-breaking storm, Columbus Day storm, and if you're not from
Yeah.
the Pacific Northwest and you don't know about the Columbus Day storm, look it up. There's footage. It was like
I guess it was
insane.
traumatic. Yeah,
My dad almost got blown off the porch when he opened up the front door when he was he was 12 or something.
oh my gosh,
11
wow.
or 12, yeah, it was cray cray. But I am trying to break myself of saying cray cray because it sounds dumb, but it's a hard habit.
That is
to...
so 2015.
Now I'm going to have a Chicago song stuck in my head because I said hard habit to break. Fuck. That just happened. No, I was super disappointed. The first night, Thursday night, there was some pretty good wind.
Mm-hmm.
My mom and I had a really good... I'm sorry, I took a bite of my cookie before I started talking. My mom and I had to run outside and, take all of her glass lanterns down and move them in and move, shit that would blow away. And we had this, hilarious wrestling match with the flagpole, trying to get the flags down. Because the flags were wet and blowing, and they were making her flagpole really
Oh, yeah.
wave back and forth. So we got those down. And she did lose a tree that night. Her
Wow.
little maple tree in their front yard snapped off. I heard it and turned and watched it fall.
Oh.
As my mom was backing up to move the car. And I'm trying to wave my arms Mom! Mom! And she couldn't hear me because the wind was howling. Did you see the video that I posted with me yelling, "That's wind, bitches"?
No.
I'll have to post it. It was
Okay.
really funny. But that was other than a very weird occurrence, there was a tornado that touched down in Manzanita.
Right.
It was fucking insane. We did have tornado warnings in Bay City for that morning.
Wow.
But idiots, we were
oops.
no, we weren't oops. We did not throw cookies.
Sorry, I get twitchy when I think about tornadoes.
No, we were so dumb. We were going to the window, look how dark it is outside. Oh my God, that hail is huge. While the emergency broadcast system is saying take adequate and immediate shelter, stay away from windows. We're what? Whatever.
I feel like I would do that. Just...
I don't know, because it is pretty fascinating.
Well, because it was sunny, and then all of a sudden, boom, black skies and fucking doom hail. It was out of control. Oh, here it is. I'm going to play this for Alani really quick. Alani and Colin.
Let's see if we can get it.
That's just the wind. You can hear it. I get excited about the wind.
No, I do too. And we didn't get anything here.
Exactly. Remember that one year, like, the wind was so bad, like, our windows were, like, rattling? It was scary.
I grew up on the coast, so my standards for high wind are pretty fucking high.
Yeah.
Like, when they say high winds in Portland, I'm like, what? This is a breeze. Plus, we're kind of in a gully, and we don't get a lot of wind here in like at our house. There, I took a picture of my mom's phone because she got the emergency alert text. Seriously, you two, get your nose out of the cat's butt. It's only because Colin's here that they're all up in our business under the table. So yeah, that was. Then the rest of the weekend was a horrible disappointment as far as weather. Like, they promised Saturday was going to be this epic fucking storm, and it was super lame. Like, we went and bought stuff. I talked my mom into making stew for dinner in case the power went out, so we could move the stew from the crock pot to the fucking wood stove.
Smart, yeah.
Good plan.
Yeah.
But nothing.
Weird.
Like, it was super lame.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how they...
I don't know.
It's
I think
better
they
safe
said
than
that
sorry.
the storm actually
like it
had
had
2 eyes, and so it dispersed between the two of them, and it wasn't as what the fuck ever. I don't know. All I know is I did not get the windstorm I was promised, and I'm pissed.
Are those two-eyed storms?
Right? I think you guys had more...
quite disappointing.
Literally, you guys had more exciting weather up here on Saturday than we did.
It wasn't that exciting.
On the coast. That's saying
I mean, I looked
something.
out the window and I saw a bunch of leaves in the air, and I was like, woo, that's cool. That's about it. Yeah, confetti. But that's about it.
Mother Nature, blow my leaves in the neighbor's yard.
Because
so
I
don't have
remember
to rake
last
those
year, I
bitches.
think I made a video of the wind storm, and that was wind. But
Yeah. And you guys had like thunder really close to your house last year, right?
There was
Yeah.
thunder that actually hit a house.
Right.
Yeah.
Near you, lightning.
Yeah.
Lightning touched down. Wow.
Colin and I were like,
Yeah, because I saw his flashlight. I'm like, oh, and it like kind of shook the house. I was like, oh, that's lightning.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I promise.
So I was kind of scared. Now I'm kind of scared of that happening again. Because it was pretty startling.
So you were like legit concerned
Mm-hmm.
about me down there.
Well, yeah.
I thought you were joking. I was like,
No.
whatever.
I mean, so many things could happen. You
Meh.
know, I've watched the movies. I don't know.
Have you seen Sharknado?
Like yeah, Sharknado. Seriously. Sharknado.
Okay, if there are Sharknadoes, I will
Because there was a
freak
shark
out.
attack
Mm-hmm.
and then a tornado
Mm-hmm.
on the Oregon coast.
Mm-hmm.
So what those two things together?
Could have been some fucking great whites flying around and shit.
That's right. Or what if a like jagged branch was flying through the air and just cut you or something? Like that scares me.
Bonnie, you have some anxiety. That's all I'm gonna say.
And an imagination, so they
Like,
don't go together.
No,
well.
they don't.
Mm-mm.
And I got those things from her.
That
Yeah.
sounds like some shit that I did when I was not medicated. I'm just saying. Like, when my son was a baby, I was convinced that if we went for a walk, a car would jump the curb and kill us.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we went grocery shopping, something would happen and the shelves would fall and crush us. And there was a lot of that.
My friend was in Walmart and the power went out. And he was like recording this video, like, hey, the power's out. I'm like, oh.
That happened to me at Safeway once. It was really eerie being in the grocery store with no electricity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is weird. I feel like I should start looting and shit.
I know,
Like,
exactly.
Exactly.
I was afraid people were going to start looting. Because, you know, got to get them apples.
Tis the season.
So, I can find no way to segue into what we're talking about today. So, I'm just going to say we're talking about string art.
Yeah.
I got crumbs in my bra.
I always do.
I
That's
guess-
Or like
crumb
when you're not-
catchers.
Or like when you're not wearing a bra and like crumbs just fall down there and it's like,
Honey,
oh,
I'm 43 years old. I am never not wearing a bra.
Same.
I remember those days when I still had some perky boobs. I didn't have to wear a bra.
I just
I don't.
like wearing
I don't
them.
care if I need one or not. Sometimes I just don't wear one.
Oh,
I am today,
get
but
sweaty and underneath them, and I don't.
Yeah.
Like
I just like
Um,
have to, or else they just sag. It's
Oh,
bad.
they're not sagging yet, honey.
No, they are.
Like
They-
mine get very sad. I call this like happy boobs, and I take my bra off, and then they're sad boobs. Happy, sad. I
Why don't you
suppose
tie
you
them
could
up
use
with some
strings to tie your
string?
boobs up. Boom! We are thinking the same.
hmm
So
Or you could do an artistic representation of boobs with string.
that would be
Maybe?
hot.
I don't know.
Boobs are great. You should make pictures of them.
Exactly.
Spit take.
We're corrupting the minor in the room. No,
Too late.
teaching her to be proud of her boobs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boobs are rad. Should love them. Oh my god! But the hot flashes are not.
No. What, are you having another one?
Yes. And yesterday I
Oh.
had one so bad that my hair was dripping wet, like
Oh my gosh,
dripping.
Katie.
Why
Is there
this
something
happening
that
to me?
they
I
can
don't
do?
want hormone replacement.
Oh, is that what it
therapy.
is?
Like my grandma had breast
Hormones.
cancer from. I know it's not the same, but like back in the day when she had her hysterectomy and had to do hormone replacement therapy, they used like straight up estrogen, and it gave a lot of women breast cancer. So my grandma had breast cancer because of that.
Oh, geez.
I don't even know if I'm eligible for hormone replacement therapy because of that.
Oh, yeah, because that's in your family history.
Mhm. But maybe I should start buying like, I don't know, my aunt took like yam supplements or some shit. This
Or
is
just
getting
eat-
ridiculous.
I used to eat yams for breakfast.
Yams for breakfast.
Yeah.
I need protein in my life for breakfast, or I get hangry.
I used to eat it with sausage.
Oh.
Yeah, sausage
That's
and
what she
yams.
said.
Oh!
We were having a "that's what she said" conversation before,
Boom.
and now we've gone totally off track again. We are out of
String
control today.
art.
String art.
There's
String
math
art.
involved.
There's a fucking ton of math involved. That is actually where it came from.
Math.
Yes.
Okay.
That is why we have string art, because, so first of all, just in case you don't know what string art is, it uses string to create geometric shapes or patterns by, like, you nail little pretty nails. You can use like brass nails or copper nails or little stainless steel nails, and you nail them in a shape, and then now you can buy patterns. You can, if you're a super mathy brain, you can make mathematical. You can like do it yourself, or you can just go rogue and do whatever the fuck you want, like we tend to do. But you make these little
But
patterns.
it doesn't always turn out very
No,
well.
sometimes
That's
it's
what
like-
I tried to do.
Sometimes it's like, ha ha, you have the dumbs.
My math brain needs a
Well,
pattern.
you weren't trying to use math. You were just doing
Yeah.
shit. So
Yeah.
you can't blame it on the maths. So, but you run the string. I love it when I talk with my hands, like people can fucking see what the fuck I'm doing.
I know.
But-
I like how you made a heart shape with your pattern.
Did I make a heart shape?
You
That was
did.
subconscious. But a heart. But you make little. Oh, see, I'm doing it again. Now I'm self-conscious about it.
Oh.
You run the string from nail to nail, like you wrap it around the nail, and then it makes your pattern.
Yeah, and if you do it in a certain pattern
Yes,
to create a design,
like geometry, yo.
yeah.
And if you are as old as Lonnie and I, remember seeing these on walls in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
They were a big thing then. You could buy the kits even into the early 80s. I remember my great grandma's friend Pat Peterson lived on the way to the post office, or to the library, and I used to walk to the library with my great grandma, and we would stop and say hi to Pat, and then we would continue to the library. And Pat Peterson brought out one time, because she thought I would like it, it was like a kit. The nails were already nailed in. It was a ship.
I was just thinking of those. Yeah.
It was a ship, and she goes, I thought you would like this, but you're going to have to untangle the string to do it. I was like 7, and I got home, and I was really excited about it, and then I spent like a half an hour trying to untangle the string, and I was like, fuck this noise, and I never did it. But I always look back and think, and I did, well, no, I probably did say fuck this, because swearing was
when you were 7?
Oh my God. Any way that I
No.
could think of a way to say fuck. Not in front of my parents, of course,
Okay.
but like when we were out playing. If I could throw a fuck bomb out there when I was 7, because it shocked everybody else. They were like, whoa. Dog, you got to simmer down about coming in to check on us. Go to bed.
In your baby Katie voice.
Yeah. I wonder what my voice was like when I was 7. We have recordings somewhere, my brothers and I. We used to record ourselves all the time. We had like one of those little square, the little flat rectangle.
I love those.
My
Yep.
grandpa gave us one of those, and we used to record.
We used
really
to do
funny
that
things.
too. I know. I
And
kind
we
of
used
wish
to
I had
follow
those
my
tapes.
mom around and record her until she didn't, like until she noticed, and then she would go, "Oh Jesus Christ, what are you doing? Put that away." Because we would ask her dumb questions.
Nice.
And be like, "Mom, blah blah blah." I don't even remember what we would ask her, just silly questions, and then laugh, and then she.
Katie's early podcasting.
You're right.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to I wanted to be a DJ. That was like my dream.
Yeah, no, me too.
I almost went to broadcasting school.
Yep.
But then I got I think my dad talked me out of it actually, but whatevs. So
Dream crusher.
Dream crusher. God damn it. So the first recorded use was for the maths, as Lonnie mentioned, and it was by Mary Everest. Now, I don't know if it's Boyle or Boole. It's Boole. How would you pronounce that? Boule?
Maybe.
I was thinking
I don't
that,
yeah.
like Boulay.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
I think she was French. Maybe not. She was British. Anyway.
But then they get here and the pronunciations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Boyle.
if you use my family name from Ireland's McDonough, and it is not spelled like that. It actually looks more like McDough. Or
Oh.
McDough. But if you look at the original spelling, I don't even know. The Irish language is cray cray. I did it again. Cray cray. Anyway, she used curve stitching to make math concepts easier for children to understand.
Oh.
She actually published a book called The Philosophy and Fun of Algebra.
Wow.
And it was reprinted in 2007 and 2008. So you can probably find a newer copy if you just out of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
So that it'll make you feel dumb.
Yeah.
Because it was meant for children. And I'm pretty sure they are concepts in my brain it will cramp up about. I mean, I can do the algebras if I have to. I passed I got A's in algebra in college.
Well, maybe it would be easier for your brain because it is geared toward children.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe you'd be like, aha,
Math
I
is a
get it
struggle for
now.
me. I don't know.
Too. I know. Me too.
So the concept evolved into today what is called, now I'm not going to pronounce this either. I think it's the Bezier curve, B-E with the little doohickey on top.
Oh.
Z-I-E-R. Bezier curve. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, wow.
But anyway, that concept is actually what allows, they use it in graphic programming for computer stuff. And it is what, using vector graphics in like Adobe Illustrator.
Oh, okay.
It allows for your design to be enlarged as much as you want it to, as opposed to when you try to enlarge a photo, like a JPEG, that's a raster image, and it gets the bigger it gets, the crappier it looks, because you only have so many pixels in that image. Those images are made up of pixels. So dots per inch, DPI. If you keep getting it bigger and bigger and bigger, it just stretches it out. It doesn't put more dots in.
Right.
Whereas a vector graphics, because it's a math-based program, and the curve that I'm talking about specifically for that would be what's called the curved path in Illustrator or other. I don't know I know there are other vector-based programs that you can use. But anyway, because it's math that makes those curves and lines, you can just increase them infinitely, and they will always look good. They'll always look the same. So it is that mathematical concept and algorithm that allows us to do that today in modern times. So thanks, old math dudes.
Yeah.
I guess.
I know Scott's into the vector graphic games. There's
Yes.
a few, yeah.
So that evolved from French mathematician and physicist Paul I can't read my own handwriting again. What did I do? Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce that because it's really weird. It's Castejoui.
Oh.
Castejoui? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go Paul because he was
Yeah.
French. Anyway, he created an algorithm that subdivided curves into two curved segments at an arbitrary point. So that is what Pierre Bezier to make the Bezier curve. I'm saying I'm hacking
okay.
that up. That is the algorithm that he used to create that formula. Now, the reason any of this has anything to do with string art is because all of these mathematicians used, because string is a straight segment that can be curved or put together to make like a bunch of little segments that create these curves, mathematicians use string models to display their formulas and make them like a visual, tactile thing that you could see.
Cool.
And a lot of these models, which they're called surface models, a lot of these models were so fucking cool looking that they ended up being displayed in galleries and museums because they were really pretty and really cool. And this was happening in the 60s and 70s when people were really, I mean, it progressed over about 70 years. But when these were at the height of being displayed, like somebody finally said, these are fucking cool. We should let other people see these. Then this inspired other artists to start making art using string like this.
Cool.
So that's when they became really popular things that like they eventually became, you could buy kits. I think you can still buy string art kits.
Oh, probably, yeah.
But
They
like,
seem to have a resurgence recently with
Yeah.
the Pinterest.
with the Pinterest. I know we're going to have a pretty cool Pinterest board for this episode,
Yeah.
because there's tons of stuff. I feel really embarrassed about this episode already because there are names I can't pronounce.
Oh.
But oh well. Please don't correct me. Just fucking giggle to yourself. That
Yeah.
I said that. Go on. But Pablo Picasso used string art and sculpture. There's a famous sculpture that he did in Chicago. And Marcel Duchamp, who, if you will remember, is the guy who did the urinal thing.
Yeah.
He did a lot of string art sculpture. Henry Moore did some stunning, like mind-blowing sculpture. And also Barbara Hepworth, and they used the smooth wood. They also used metal, but the ones that make me go, what? There's very smooth wood that's all super polished, and then they have drilled holes through
Oh, wow.
the shapes in the wood, and they're string, and they're just stunning.
I bet.
They're amazing. And that is kind of what inspired this movement, because that was all right around the time that all this was happening. And so people started doing string art. And there are a lot of modern, I'm not going to get too much more into artists specifically, because I want to talk about how we can apply it to our mixed media artwork. But there are a lot of current artists that are that use string in their mixed media art, and we are going to have a lot of that on the Pinterest board. I'm also going to post a couple of articles about the earlier string artists that I found that are really great ones. One's on the Tate Museum's website, and another one is a really cool art website. But you said you've tried string art.
Yeah.
But it didn't work. Because
I wasn't following a pattern. Yeah, I was just, and so I wasn't wrapping it properly, because you're supposed to go from like, I don't know, you map it out so it's point A to B.
So they're numbered.
Or numbers or letters or whatever.
Usually the way that I've seen the patterns is that the nails are numbered.
Yeah, like a dot to dot kind of.
Yeah, and the pattern tells you what nails to wrap around.
Yeah.
So you go from 1 to 4 and 4 to 6 and
I didn't. Yeah, so it just looked like a mess of string. I was like, oh.
See, now like you mentioned, Pinterest. There's a lot of string art on Pinterest. There's a lot of suggestions for doing string art. There's some pretty cool stuff, but there's also some stuff that just looks like somebody
just
made a shape and then filled it full of string. Those kind of look crappy.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say. I mean,
there's no geometric.
There's no flow to the design. It just looks like a mess.
I got it a little better when I did I found these templates for embroidered cards. And it's a similar thing. You go in the patterns, and then I was like,
and you were doing some of that stuff in
and that's similar
the
to
book.
Yeah.
That is one thing I'm glad you brought that up, because I have gone astray from my notes. You can also do that through embroidery.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do that on wood and nail nails into it. You can use like a thicker paper like cardstock and use brads. And they make some really cute little brads. So you can also use brads that you would go around.
Yeah, this you just poke holes and then run the string
through the holes. Yeah.
It was really cool because the string goes across the front and then the back you move to the next segment. So there's hardly any string on the back. I don't know. They're really cool.
Oh, that's neat.
And there's some free templates online.
That is I will post some links to free nail art or string art templates, and if you send me a link to that, I'll also put that up there. Because you can find that shit for free all over the internet. So,
and I was like, oh, this is fun. And then when I figured it out, I was like, gosh, it turns out so pretty. Especially if you use like a metallic string or something. It looks really cool. It's all shiny and stuff.
Oh, metallics I never even thought of. I was just thinking of all the different colors.
Well, and the colors, yeah.
But it's also kind of cool and minimalist when you see people just use white string.
Yeah.
Or unbleached string. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. I have to see we lost Colin. Colin's bored of us now.
I was just thinking, because I saw this post on Instagram of this person doing string art, and it was like a really big thing, and like this guy, it was like speeded up, but he did this face, and it was so good.
Yes, in black string. I'm going to find that, because that is fucking amazing.
It is.
Like, people do actual portraits.
Holy crap.
It is, and to me...
Genius.
Look, I get frustrated when I have an image in my mind that I want to draw on paper and it doesn't happen. I cannot even imagine
string.
Like envisioning the process of making a giant, like this artist is doing this on a wall at a museum. It's huge. So just the scope of your mind to be able to, and they had to have used math to calculate all that out.
Yeah.
But it's insane.
I wonder if they have like a computer program that they can put their image in and then it gives them the points.
Probably.
You know?
But I don't know, man.
Or if they just, their brain, I mean, I guess your brain could do that too, but.
This is your brain on string
art. This is your brain on string art. Blam.
Yeah.
Genius.
I started our Pinterest board. I hate getting the Pinterest board out before we're done recording because I always lose Lonnie. But I did want to show, like,
whoa.
So a lot of modern mixed media artists that are using string art are using string in portraits. They're like sewing, like the one that we're looking at. There's a woman with her head back, like she's yelling, and someone has made like strings come out of her mouth, like it's the sound waves or something. And this is kind of creepy. This is an artist. Oh, what is his name? Italian born Maurizio Enzeri does
I was looking at this before,
and I think it's embroidery, but it's also it's done in the style of string art with geometric shaping, and this artist takes old photographs and like old what are those called, cabinet cards, like very old photos, and then does the string art.
This is similar to what I was doing on the postcard.
It is. I recognize that.
Yeah. But man,
some of them are a little creepy. Like in this, I love them though, but they are a little bit unnerving.
Whoa, that's intense.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
They're pretty crazy.
I like the owl.
I see. I also just like plain old string art too.
Yeah,
I think it's a really neat,
the vintage.
I think it's a fun thing to try.
Cute.
I think it would be a cool thing to get kids to do. And I have to say, I always get excited when I see geeky applications.
Yes.
To something that we're talking about. And a lot of people are doing string art with, like, I saw a grouping here of the Hulk fist, the Captain America shield, Thor's hammer, and what is that one? The Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Colin would probably know.
Yeah, that one.
Wait, what? Oh, I forgot.
It's not the Flash, right? Is that Iron Man? What is it? I don't know. I have to give my geek card back now. But there's like some Batman shit. I just love it when people do that on
I liked the mermaid tail that scrolled by.
Yeah, there's mermaid tail. There's like someone did a triptych with a giraffe.
Oh,
so there are
cute.
3 pieces. We're going to talk about triptychs soon.
And I like the dandelion wish thing.
Yeah, I think that they're like, okay, like there's a whale tail, and that is clearly someone just going back and forth and just doing.
Yeah.
I think it looks okay. I think
Yeah.
it's cute. It's a cute idea. But I also think
You could
that
do it
you could do
geometrically,
it geometric and make it look better
Yeah.
and more intentional. And I feel like if you, again, look for free patterns, or you could even buy patterns.
Yeah.
You know,
And
they can't be
sometimes
that
it's
expensive.
As simple as you find your points that are across from each other, say, wrap the first one, go across from it, wrap that one, move over to the one next to it, wrap that one, go back to the one next to the first one. You know what I mean? It's a very simple, but still it ends up looking really cool.
Yeah, if you try to have, I think if you even just tried to make a pattern instead of just being random about it.
Yeah.
It would look.
Yeah. Depending on if you skip some and go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a Barbara Hepworth.
Wow.
Piece.
That's.
Yeah, they're just beautiful. They're
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. I'm going to probably post some pictures. I try to be careful about posting pictures of other people's art, especially when they can't say yes to that, because that person is not alive anymore.
Those look like spider webs.
I am going to post a picture of this for sure. These are mathematic models. These are the surface models. It's a cabinet full of surface models that are fucking
really cool.
Super cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Like they're amaze balls, guys.
Math.
But I think it's
Math
really cool.
and art.
Yes.
Go together.
Look, I know people try to tell you that you don't need the maths when you grow up. Moon. I do love that moon, and that moon is done in a pattern.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it looks almost like the Rebel Alliance symbol.
Yeah, that's
saying.
Beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was saying people try to tell you that you're never going to need the maths, and it's a lie.
Yeah.
You are going to need the maths. Yeah. I use maths all the time. And we use algebra every day without realizing that we use algebra. I use algebra when I'm trying to figure, whoa, I don't even know what the fuck's going on in there now. Hey, Doodah.
You okay?
Simmer down. He's been really aggressive with the cat this week. I don't know what. They were upset because I was gone.
Oh.
So now everybody's going to act like an asshole.
Yeah, now you're being punished.
Because I'm home and they're like fighting over me.
Mm-hmm.
I really like, now there's a kind of a sloppy example of it on the Pinterest board, and I'll try to find a better one, but I also really like when they create an empty negative space by using string art around it. Like in the example that I'm looking at now, there's a heart. Someone has nailed the shape of a heart and then nailed a square out around it, and so you leave the heart empty.
Yeah, and that would be a more simple something like a kid could do. Or
but I like this is one artist
cool.
is like
I was looking
string
at
art over the dresses on like it's pretty amazing.
It's very inspiring. Yeah, that's what I kind of got my idea for my embroidered postcard from, though mine weren't that cool.
And you used some embroidery also in the spellbook stuff, did you not? Was that you?
Oh yeah, I did.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
I used those same templates in the spellbook because it was fun.
Yeah. I love that. I think I think mixed media art is all about experimenting and trying new things and changing your techniques up all the time. And so I love reading about stuff like this because I always get ideas about how I can hey,
a new way to get some color in there and texture.
Or to build, I'm a fucking texture fiend. I love texture in my artwork. And especially when we're doing altered book swaps and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want you to, they want their book to close nicely. So they don't want you building up a whole bunch of texture. So yeah, it's a relatively flat way to get some extra depth and texture into what you're doing.
Yeah, it was really fun. I was like, this is exciting. I was really into it.
And now my brain's kind of spinning about maybe
the vintage photos with it are
the
very
vintage
beautiful.
photos. I think that this is going to turn into a swap for our mail art group.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Because they will love doing it.
And I want to do an episode about things that you can do with cabinet cards specifically, because
what are cabinet cards?
That's just what they call the old pictures, because they were on cardboard.
Oh, okay.
So, like a kind of cardboard, but I don't want to get
weird
too into
feels
them.
about doing that to an old photo.
That's why you just buy vintage ones that you don't. Or if you can do what my friend Alicia always scans them into her computer. So she always has the original, and then she can print as many as she needs and glue them down and stuff.
Okay.
If you don't want to destroy
Yeah.
the original photo. Like, I wouldn't do that to a family member photo. I have a bunch of old vintage photos that are of my family.
But then again, it might be a cool way to honor them too. Like if you added, I don't know, some like beautiful
like a
design around their head, or you know, that might be a cool like. My grandma's beautiful, and I just
exactly, and it could go like, oh,
yeah,
but with string.
Yeah.
I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody gets me.
I always get you, Lonnie. That's why we get along. I get you.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, see, there's
so
one
simple.
that somebody. It's so very simple. Someone took a picture, a vintage photo of a family underneath umbrellas, and then they just made the string coming down like
lines.
rain. So it's just around the contours of the umbrellas that are protecting the people underneath.
Yeah, it's cool. There's so much fun. Yeah, I was really excited about that idea.
Now I am too. I'm project heavy right now. I'm so project heavy that I have like froze up and I'm not doing any projects.
Oh no.
Because I do that to myself. I get so much shit stacked on my plate that I'm like,
see, well, I get, like I was saying, obsessed. So now it's sewing is my thing, even though I have all this paint and all this other stuff.
You just gotta work it out.
Now that the book swap's over, I'm like, well, now what do I do with all these like kind of collage things and
you
stuff?
should start doing mail art shit again.
Oh yeah,
for the group. Dirt. You're the only person I haven't kicked out for being inactive. That's not true because we don't have participation requirements. But if I don't hear from you in a year, then I remove you. I hear from you all the time. So yeah,
I am a commitment phobe sometimes.
That's okay. I'm sorry about that. I just realized it's going to be vibrating through the table.
Bang,
so
smash.
I know we're loud and noisy, and I ate a cookie in your guys' ear. I'm sorry about that. Next week we're going to be back, and we're going to have our Halloween episode, and we're just going to be talking about Halloween stuff.
Ooh, and I have some awesome costume ideas.
I know.
Yes.
Helen is our resident.
Like, I get so
cosplayer.
like hyped for Halloween. Like, I don't care how old I am. I want free candy.
Candy's the best.
It is.
Especially when you're a teenager. That's what I was like, you know, teenagers need more candy.
They do.
Exactly.
They deserve their candy.
We'll save that for next week.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll record.
We got excited there.
I know, because it's exciting, because Halloween is fucking almost here, and it's exciting.
And I need to
am
still
freaking
decorate.
out. I got my decorations up.
Like,
good job.
yeah, I'm going to a convention, and like right after it's Halloween.
So we're going to talk about that
Yeah.
in actually about 5 minutes, but next week to you guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So until then, go make some cool shit, yo!
Do it now! Good morning, Katie. This is your friend. I'm recording on the new Tascam. I'm trying to figure out what the buttons do. But every once in a while, I take a break to poo.